that people haven't necessarily realized. He doesn't play it that often, but when he does, he pops off. Everyone remembers that 2023 Worlds as he's going in here.
Yeah, looking for an angle, but Kanavi's going to make his way over. The Q going to get flashed. Zeka, gets flashed up by Kanavi. First blood goes over to Zeka. And HLE once again, a great start here, but we'll see whether they can keep it up as this game goes.
Faker a little greedy there, was just not aware of where Kanavi was. Owner going to try to make something happen here with Keria, though.
Yeah, actually flashing forward, the heroic charge, wanting to find the lead in, and he'll get there. Owner is able to return the favor pretty immediately as Faker turns back up.
Had they lived a little bit longer, the kill might have gone over to Faker, which could have been even worse. So, as Owner is going to come up here and punish. There is an ult here for Zeus, but that's not necessarily going to be enough to save you. He might have to flash early, see if Owner can get the jump on him. Owner is flashless, so Zeus might just have enough distance here.
Yeah, Zeus going to be able to flash out. There is the shock blast to take him down. And even if the never move hits, still going to be good news here is Owner, man, he is having an absolute day out here today. And I think a lot of people have been quite critical on how Owner has been playing over the last few series.
Zeka still gone unpunished, as speaking of punishing.
Oh, there's the taunt. No steadfast presence to come down as Kanavi, let's see whether he can actually lock this Q onto Keria. Was looking for a bit of an angle, but there's the boot back. The kick to make sure that Doran is the target. He's showing up a little bit late, though, and now Delight is in a lot of trouble. He flashes, he picks up the taunt, and Doran is going to be taken out. Delight now in the alcove, but Owner is going to show up, and Pace is just dead. That teleport was not what he wanted, and the demonic ascension here for the Swain is working out. Owner goes in, gets the execution, and Faker seeing whether he can do the same thing. It's the perfect version as he takes out Kanavi. But Zeus, he'll have the help of this Syndra to see whether he can lock down Faker, and I have a feeling he will be able to do so. The never misses though, and Faker just walks it off.
As you guys can see in the bottom right, all the while, Guma is stacking up gold on these plates, 2 going down. Best case scenario, maybe look for a steal. Faker is completely on vision as well.
They're going to get spotted out, because now the teleport is going to bring Zeus in. There's the taunt connecting, and the curtains are being called from safety for Gumayusi as well. There is the Crescent Guard. That's going to keep Owner alive for a little bit longer, but they're trading blows back and forth. Faker looking a little bit low, a little bit worse for wear. He's going to be able to shut down Delight, though, as he picks up the double, but then the 4th bullet from Gumayusi is going to silence him. And Zeus, just seemingly ignored throughout all of these fights, just stands to pick up this dragon and lock it up for HLE.
Now, I think one of the big wins, really the only true win for T1 in this fight, as HLE,
with the build that he has currently, is now Owner moving towards Guma. The flash going to get him out of the wind, becomes lightning, as the Weaver's Wall did bring Pays on over. I think the flash was a good idea. Let's see whether Faker can keep himself alive here as well. Dash cannon to get himself out of the way, and Scatter the Weak will land. Dodge this, says Zeka, and they will be able to take down the Akali. A lot of money now over to Kanavi there.
It's a massive, massive play here, and the defense of that top side cost T1 so much. They lost a huge wave that went to Owner in the mid lane, and then he wasn't there to defend bottom side. Now they're going for part 2.
Yeah, the problem was that the ulti then came back up, but it was not enough to keep this Swain alive. And now Zeka teleporting in is somewhat dangerous. Deadly Flourish is going to go wide, but the curtains now coming on out. They can just leave, and Gumayusi doesn't find any value out of that ultimate. He has extended to almost a 40 CS lead on this Syndra. Blackfire Torch now done as Kanavi wrapping around. Steadfast Presence doing exactly what it's here for, to deny Kanavi a way in. And now Doran is flanking his way over. The Q going to connect as the flash away from Keria gets him out. As Delight is just dead. There is the boot back onto Kanavi as Gumayusi is the next one in trouble, and Kanavi's going to try to keep him alive. Decides instead that he's just going to have to get out of there as Doran gets on in, presses W, takes him down, and now Pays is going to find all of these angles for the rest of HLE. Zeka will stay alive, but the rest of his teammates not so lucky.
T1 are just so persistent in this top lane, and Delight was delaying his back, and they continued to frustrate him. And then, this is first turret, by the way, on top of it, so this gold lead here for T1 balloons up to 1,000. And then Doran says, we've got that control ward. I've got TP. Let's try to make a play here because Delight's so low. He bursts him down, and then without the support, it just all falls apart like a house of cards. As Gumayusi doesn't have his ult either, has no mobility, just cannot do anything. And Kanavi is not able to peel for him, as now you do see Delight once again, the target.
Yep, Shadow Dash not going to be used there because the rocks go down. The Steadfast Presence was threatened. I mean, this Lee Sin and the Shen have such a difficult time as the Herald is going to be able to take down this outer turret in the mid lane. Probably going to get another charge here. We'll see whether anyone is going to drive Shelly towards something else. But HLE will deny it for now. Owner down to 50%. HLE still with some fight in them, but T1 finding so many great angles. Now another curtain call does come in. Seismic shove to try and remove Zeus from the equation in this mid lane. And Kanavi going to be able to kick Owner away, but he keeps himself alive. Doran, not so much, as the shutdown goes to his opposite number, as Zeus is going to be able to close that massive gold gap just a little, and they'll take a turret.
This is a really big win here for HLE. Faker is going to be able to get some side lane gold here.
So far this series, we have only had Earth, Wind, and Fire Dragons. Last time it was in order. This time we've got the Mountain and the Cloud. Will it be? It is another one. It's another Infernal Soul. It's only Earth, Wind, and Fire here.
Yeah, it's a bit early for September, but...
No, we are going to groove tonight, Wolf. Absolutely. And Doran going to be able to take down this this outer turret as well.
Let's see what HLE can get done. They're pushing up super far forward in the mid lane.
Kanavi, that's their base.
That's a Talia also. Yeah. They are trying to get this inner, and they have a big wave here, but I think this is going to be the end of the pressure. Zeka says otherwise. Keria, look for the punish.
Going to be able to get that heroic charge back. Zeka just a little too far up. And now Doran is going to pay some attention here as well. The taunt, fantastic here from Delight. As they look to get on top of Pace, they get rid of him. The flashes get them out of there as the keeper's verdict just kind of helps to get them to safety.
Delight going to taxi over.
And the Drake has now spawned. Will be the third of the game and the second for any team that picks it up. Started already here by T1 as HLE move towards the river. Zeus.
Hayes wall.
Vision of Empire does come down. There is that Weaver's Wall you were talking about, the Demonic Ascension. Oh, they just evacuate the Swain. And Kanavi not going to be stealing this one away. The teleport is so aggressive, though, from Faker. Scatter the Weak does come on down, and Faker still looking for more of an angle. The Unleashed Power is not going to quite kill him, and HLE will just be ushered away from the river.
It was a brilliant setup from T1. They had...
But it is refreshing to see Zeka continue to expand that champion pool over and over again.
He just looks really good on this pick right now.
Ooh, okay. T1 actually going to try and force this one. Pace gets right into the back line. Not sure about that one, but they just eviscerate Kanavi. And immediately the Swain is out of there. We mentioned it before. He is going to be able to come back in. But can they actually do enough? That is going to be the question, as Zeus is just so difficult to kill. Owner gets into the back line, though, and takes out Delight. And they're just distracting this Swain over and over again. Doran picks off the carries one by one. And yeah, Zeus now completely alone. He'll be taken out, and it's just surgical here by T1 in the team fight.
And that'll be Baron, and I think surgical is the exact right word for this.
And you can see, I mean, Tom and Easy here were still a little bit stressed. We're going to have a look at this fight as well. The fling back onto Zeus. He is going to get taken out. There's a lot of damage done, though, as Doran was traded as well. Scatter the Weak avoided by Pays. Gumayusi is there with a fair bit of damage, has a full health bar as well. HLE still needing to be respected as T1, I mean, that was best case scenario in the last fight.
To mention the Baron buff on top of everything else, they will get this Infernal Soul Point. 3 dragons to 1 here.
Oh,
5 minutes time. HLE are going to have to hope that scaling is going to come in big.
Here at EWC for 2026. But see who is going to be joining them from Korea, whether it is going to be T1 or HLE, is T1 right now in a great position, but there's the kickback from Kanavi. Perfect execution does come on out, and Kanavi straight back in there, gets the shutdown on to the Akali, and Delight comes on over to try and make this one more difficult as well. Owner is going to be able to take down Kanavi, though Delight not going to be able to fight him. Gumayusi comes on over, the Deadly Flourish is good, but Owner is better, managing to take down the Shen. Curtains now getting cold, pays so much damage, but he dances out of the way. Owner gets on in there, and there's the shutdown for Gumayusi. Vision of Empire comes in, pays. The Deadly Flourish does not get the stun, but he is still limping away.
Doran's
in the meantime, yeah, Doran is just going to be taking down the enemy base. But HLE going to do their very best to just ignore that.
The reason why this is so important, even though it's a massive win fight-wise here for HLE, especially considering how far behind they are in gold. Right now, Owner is on that dragon. Well, he was. He's actually backed away. They're going to rush over and look for a direct contest. This could be the end of the game if HLE get routed.
Yeah,
top side push is huge.
In. Half the health bar now, but here is the turn. Looking for the angle towards Faker. There is the kickback onto Ona, comes in. There's a nice stun off to the other side, but Doran just decides to jump in on top of Gumayusi. He gets the barrier, he gets himself out. The game is verdict once again as the deadly flourish comes down, and all of the GAs are being destroyed. Zeus, not so Germanic this time, as Pays is able to put him down, and T1, they may have not been able to do it at the road to MSI, but it is not that anymore. This is EWC, and they want to stay alive at the tournament. They'll take out the MSI champs as they move into the base.
Yeah, pushing forward now. The wave was cleared in the top side, but another one is coming. The mid lane push is coming. Guma with a feeble attempt here to slow the onslaught of his former team, but HLE are going to go down, and it looks like they're going to go down here and now. Zeka with a heroic attempt as well.
Yeah, Pays taking a fair bit of damage here, but Gumayusi just gets piled in on. There is Delight falling down, and Zeka, the last man standing, tries to get the scat of the week, but there are no weaknesses here on T1 today. There goes the Nexus, and they'll be moving on to the semifinals.
T1 with a statement 2-0 tonight against rivals Hanwha Life Esports. What a game, a tough draft to pilot, but owner